Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Schnozzcast. Your hosts, Bob, Cory, and Todd. Cory, how are you?
Whoa, buddy. I'm good. Todd, how are you, sir?
I'm mighty, sir. I am mighty.
I'm doing good, guys. Thanks for asking.
I was waiting for Todd to pass along. I thought we were going to try something new there.
I thought we were, but he didn't pick up what you were throwing down. So
every other week, he's been like,
today.
And Bob, and today I figured I'd throw it over to Todd.
Yeah.
And then Todd didn't throw it over to you.
Because you confused me.
Actually, I'm not sure that it typically gets thrown back to me. I think typically every week.
No, Todd,
I just never say how I'm doing.
Todd has been making a point to do
the last couple.
Yeah. Yep. And then here I am like, oh, I got this in the bag.
Yeah.
Todd's easily going to take care of this. Mm-hmm. Buddy, you failed me.
Sorry.
Well,
how you doing, Bob?
I'm doing great. Thanks for asking. Hey, if you're new to the show, thanks for joining. You can find us out here each and every Saturday night, 9 Eastern on the East Coast. You can also go back to anywhere where you get a podcast and listen to previous episodes, of which there are many. This is, I think, officially episode 320. For those of you keeping score at home. And hats off to the 40-some people, or I shouldn't say people, I should say the peoples who downloaded 40-some downloads of our podcast in the last week in British Columbia, Canada. Shout out to the Canadians.
I was going to say, I don't know if that has anything to do with girl dinner, but I feel like it might.
I'm willing to give them the credit for that.
That's what it was, Bob.
Is that the native Canadian call?
You know, he did that last week, and I didn't even want to ask him where it came from, but now I got to know. What the fuck is that, Todd?
Are you kidding me, Bob?
No, not
Bob
kidding.
and Doug McKenzie, the two most famous Canadians in the history of Canada.
And that was their swan song, their call.
YouTube Bob and Doug McKenzie. Hoser, all the great Canadian terms came from those two. Well, they were the Letterkenny before Letterkenny. They were the original Canucks.
That hurts.
The Great White North Canadians.
That hurts. All right, well, I'll take a bullet for this one, man. I should have known that.
You should have.
But this is where Todd Dillon brings it each and every week, dropping science for all you non-Canuck lovers out there. You can also reach out to us via email at schnozzcast@gmail.com, or you can DM us on Instagram or Threads. Best way to do it. And follow us there. Why not? Why not? Why wouldn't you?
While you're there. And YouTube. Let's not forget YouTube. Go out to YouTube and subscribe. Give us a like and subscribe so that you'll, if watching us on YouTube is your thing, it's your bag, then you'll know each and every week when we go live. That's not my bag, baby.
That is my bag, baby.
That's my bag.
What did he pull out? Like a penis pump?
Yeah, the penis pump.
Somebody pulled out a note going, "This is Austin Powers, but my penis pump, and this is my bag, baby."
It says right here, sir.
Yeah. I don't know why. I feel really bad that we're laughing at that, and we gave no quarter to Bob and Doug McKenzie. I feel bad.
None.
I feel guilty.
None.
Yeah. Sorry, Todd. Boys. So, a couple things to kick off the show tonight. I had one just, I had been trying to get, so I bought a 20 disc set of Clint Eastwood. And I really hadn't owned any Clint Eastwood movies. So this is like 20 Blu-rays of, 20 different Eastwood movies. And I got it for super cheap. So but it's been sitting on my shelf for like 2 years. And finally I'm like, I need to start making my way through this.
Making my way downtown.
Making my way when you can. Temporary layoffs.
Those are two different songs, but
yeah,
okay.
They are. Okay.
Oh my goodness. We're already off the rails.
Yeah. But
Todd, I think we're right on those rails, buddy.
So let me just get through this really quick stupid update on my Clint Eastwood watching. So I've now made it through I think half the box set, and I did not go in order. There's no real rhyme or reason. Like Clint Eastwood has made so many movies. He's been in them. He's directed them. Directed himself in them.
You don't say.
And this was not like just the movies that Clint directed, just the movies that he didn't direct. It was just a hodgepodge of different shit. And but there were definitely ones that a whole bunch I hadn't seen ever. And there were ones that I wanted to see, and then ones that I was like, nah, I'll watch it just to complete the set. So I made it through like half the 20, watching all the low-hanging fruit, all the ones where I'm like, let me just get this out of the way.
When did you start watching this? This
morning?
morning?
I don't know, 3 weeks ago.
Got through all of them in nearly a day.
No. My day today was spent watching Todd's Gentleman's Agreement assignment movie. Because I thought I was going to be, I don't want to be the one guy who didn't watch the movie.
And here you are, the only one that did.
The only one but.
Well, to be fair.
Son of a bitch. Hold on. I got you. I got you covered, buddy. I got you covered. Do I have you covered? Where the hell is it? There we go.
To be fair.
To be fair. To be fair.
To be fair, nobody assigned me a movie.
True. Technically,
we're not calling anybody out.
I didn't get assigned one either. So yeah, Todd, we're in the clear on that.
You
one.
didn't get assigned one. It wasn't due to the lack of trying. Things just didn't come together for you to accept your assignment.
No. So okay. So last night when you guys were texting and going back and forth with all that,
yeah, you were like gluggity glug glug glug. I love everyone here at the Elks.
Danielle and I were at the Elks Club.
Yeah,
and I got home and we were in bed and I saw that you guys were messaging back and forth and I'm like, I looked at Danielle. I'm like, you want to see something funny? So I'm just gonna throw a wrench right in this conversation.
Yeah, we had been talking about I had assigned him something. And then Todd and I were talking about other movies. So there was multiple movies we were talking about. And Cory just goes like, great movie. It wasn't clear what he was talking about. The last one we were talking about, the first one, the one I assigned him. The second one, I'm like, you got this one. He's like, great movie. And I'm like, which one? And then after that, nothing.
I would
24 hours of nothing from Cory.
I would have told Danielle.
Silence.
Which is why Todd does not have an assignment.
True.
Yeah. So I'm not calling anybody out.
No,
I'm just saying it was last minute. I threw it together, but
I'm like, watch this. I'm going to throw this out there and just put my phone down for the night.
Yeah, that's exactly what it sounded like you did. I'm like, that motherfucker probably would just went to sleep.
I assigned myself a movie and it was horrible. I love Jason Statham, but I watched one of the worst movies ever.
Beekeeper.
Dude, hey, Beekeeper was good.
Oh, Safe.
Oh, come on. You didn't like it, Todd?
Really?
Horrible.
Oh man,
it's a tough.
It's not one
you
of
need to get like a 20-disc box set of Statham movies, and then you can really examine his body of work.
Todd, don't worry. I'm a Statham fanatic myself. I mean, if there's any dude I'd ever have to blow, I'd say it'd be Jason Statham.
Does that make you
I wouldn't go that far.
Stathamaniac? Is that what they call his followers?
If people willing to blow him, yeah.
Yeah.
Stathamaniac.
Line for Stathamaniac starts right here, right behind me.
Stathammanship. Yeah.
Stathammanship.
Statham these balls in my mouth.
Yeah. Well, that sucks you didn't like it. There are definitely good Statham flicks. I guess that's maybe not the best.
Not his best work, but I mean, I was still a fan.
Don't you think Statham is... sorry, we're kind of getting far afield here, but don't you think Statham is very predictable? Like, you kind of know what you're going to get. It's rare that you get a movie where you're like, wow, I didn't expect to see that from Statham.
No, but here's the thing. I think after seeing the Wick, that Safe was very much on the John Wick ilk, where there's no way that he doesn't get shot, but he doesn't. And it's like, wait a minute now. You guys have deadly accuracy, but everybody else with all manner of Uzis and machine guns couldn't hit the broadside of a barnyard. And then at the very end, I'm giving a spoiler. He's going to fight the one dude
it's been out
who
there
can take him. He's going to fight the one guy who can take him. And they don't even fight. It's like so anticlimactic. I'm like, what kind of trash is this?
Yeah. I honestly haven't seen a Statham movie in a long time. I heard he's got a new Nick Selesky was just saying over chat that he's got a new one coming out called A Working Man. I don't know if you guys have heard about
I'll watch it.
I have not yet.
I haven't heard of it.
I don't think it's out yet.
So Safe wasn't the greatest, but
do we need to bring this back like maybe next episode and do like a each of us come up with a top 3 Statham list?
Oh man, that's gonna be hard. I like it. But yeah,
we could even do a bracket of Statham flicks.
to come up with a champion.
Not a bad idea. That's what it was.
like
Spy. That one. I mean, it's an action comedy.
Oh, you
and
can do comedy though.
That's one of the. It's one of the very few movies that everything else. Like I'm looking at his filmography right now, and yeah, it's all straight action movies where he's the badass.
Yeah.
Spy, still a little bit of a badass, but yeah, it was definitely a more of a comedic approach, and I definitely wasn't expecting that.
Who else was in Spy with him? Who's his partner?
What's her name from Bridesmaids?
Melissa McCarthy?
Yes.
Okay.
And then I believe Steve Carell's in it.
Ooh, really?
Yeah. Let me pull it up here.
Are you thinking of the Spy one with Carell and Tina Fey?
Oh, no. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
I can't remember what that one's called.
Jude Law.
Date Night? Was that what it's called? Date Night?
I don't know.
Doesn't matter. Keep going.
Yeah, Jude Law was in this with him.
Okay. He's a dude that anything he's in, I will watch. He's rarely done a bad movie. Jude Law. I mean, if we're talking about actors who well, this wasn't their best work, like I don't know that I've seen a bad movie with Jude Law in it.
I feel like you might have, buddy.
Yeah? You can help me out? Perhaps you're forgetting about Dumb and Dumber 3 starring Jude Law and Jim Carrey.
The Fantastic Beasts? Number 3.
Oh, fantastic.
That's a great movie.
Beasts 3.
So you don't even know what I'm talking about, Todd.
Easily the best of the 3.
Fantastic Beasts, I do. I love those movies.
And The Secrets of Dumbledore.
Yeah.
He was in those
Badassery.
movies?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I retract my previous statement. If he was in those and I don't remember him, he must have been even worse than I remember. Todd, what are you drinking tonight?
I'm glad you asked, Bob. I'm drinking Black Raven Brewing's Feather Weather Mexican Hot Chocolate Stout. It is super duper fan freaking tastic, dude. Awesome.
Okay. You said Mexican hot chocolate, and I heard Mexican hot, and I'm like, ooh, is it a spicy beer? And then I'm like, oh, no, it's just Mexican hot chocolate.
No.
In a stout.
Which has spices in it. It has chili. So it's got a little spicy finish to it.
Does it have a kick to it?
Dude, it's delicious.
What?
He was in the middle of taking a sip when you asked him that.
Well, there's a delay.
And it's delicious.
Feather Weather.
Yeah.
Can I let me ask you a question, Todd. When you walk into the party store and they're like,
don't do that.
What? You don't walk in the
I
party
don't
store?
walk into party stores.
Oh, you have your servants go in and get it for you?
We don't go to party stores.
Okay, so you stop by the brewery and you get your own from the owner? What?
Sometimes.
Okay. I lost track of what I was going to ask. I lost track and interest.
Don't care anymore.
No longer do I care. I'm not even kidding.
I just don't know what a party store is.
What?
What do they call them out there, Todd?
I don't go to.
Oh yeah, is there?
I don't know. I don't go to them.
You never
like
go to a party store.
Or like a package store. I don't. But I don't go to those stores anymore. That was a.
You want some feather weather? How are you getting your feather weather?
I either go to the brewery or I go to like Wine and More.
Like a Total Wine,
Total Wine and More. Yeah.
Okay. So you walk in the Total Wine, and they're like, "Oh,
I sent Jerome in there. Actually.
Good day to you, Mr. Dillon. Allow me to escort you back to the high rollers section of the Total Wine."
You know how they know when he shows up, right? Because
there's a cloud of chicken feathers and a limousine.
This is what they hear outside. It's Todd's helicopter rolling into the
feathers. Good day to you, Mr. Dillon. Here, you be Todd, and I'll be the guy. You be Todd walking into.
Okay.
Because you've walked in, you've just no, not you. I'm talking to Cory. You're just you're gonna sit this one out.
So I just landed in my helicopter.
You just disembarked from your helicopter, walk in the door. Mr. Dillon, good to see you again. It is Saturday afternoon. Again, we see you again. You must have something, some sort of a recurring activity on Saturdays to come and grace us with your presence and buy some libations from Total Wine.
Listen, TD ain't no bitch.
Okay, then, well.
Where's my feather weather at?
Well, remember, he doesn't buy the same thing every week. It seems like it's something he's
God damn you, I want my feather weather. That's what I came to Total Wine and More for.
Sir, allow me to.
Because guess what?
Yes.
TD doesn't go to any goddamn party stores. Understood?
Allow me to grab a cart and sashay over to the feather weather aisle and grab you a 6-pack.
Whatever you got.
All right, then.
The more the merrier.
All right, 5 cases it shall be. I will see you at the cash register, sir.
Oh, I'm not. I'm just taking this. Did you not see I flew in?
Put it on your line of credit again? Okay.
Did you not see I flew in a helicopter?
Oh, with your helicopter money, you're wanting this gratis? Is that the story?
Damn straight.
Well, we're so happy to have your business. You do drag in a lot of helicopter chicken farmers in here. A lot of their business really keeps us afloat. So, again, we are forever in your debt, good sir.
If you couldn't tell, I have to go tend to my chickens.
Well, then I shall bid you good day.
Well, and a good day to you.
Enjoy your feather weather, sir.
And scene. Cory, you were so freaking close. That's so close.
Yeah.
Except for I exit on 5,000 G.
Oh, that makes sense.
So sorry. That was, you know what? That was my second in line. I don't know why I didn't go with that.
Oh,
that was so close to actual, but my actual experience there. Wow. It's like you guys have been watching me.
Well, Todd,
feather weather, bitch.
Todd, we
do have a special guest we're going to bring in now.
The PI that we've hired for the past 3 years to follow you around.
And the owner of Total Wine.
To tell us about your day-to-day.
Well, Todd, thanks for asking. Cory and I are drinking hard Mountain Dew. I was able to actually find a couple of these locally and didn't have to rely on the good graces of Cory to hook me up.
You know what? And I apologize. I didn't even think about grabbing you one today.
No, it shouldn't be a thing where like I got to grab a hard Mountain Dew for Bob now.
Well, that's not what I sound like, but
in my head though,
the code red. So you have original Mountain Dew, which is still good.
Yeah,
but yeah, man, the code red.
I'll take it
where it's at.
Yeah, but I'm gonna have to go back there.
Does it taste like Mountain Dew? Can you taste the alcohol in
it? I mean, when you drink like Arizona hard tea or something like that, you can. It's really it's a very, very faint alcohol taste.
Yeah, it's not strong by any means. So it goes down smooth.
I mean, what's the 5%?
5%. So
it's like a beer. Okay.
Yeah, 0 sugar, but this is a 24-ounce can. So if I chugged the whole thing.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah.
0 sugar.
0 sugar.
Yep.
So does it taste like a Diet Mountain Dew?
I don't ever drink Diet Mountain Dew, so
I would say just a Diet Mountain Dew is disgusting. I definitely can't do Diet Mountain Dew.
I agree.
No.
I think all Diet Pop is disgusting.
I need that
That's
high
why I was
fructose corn syrup in there.
Yeah, no, this is it's nowhere near as bad as Diet Mountain Dew. That's for sure.
Okay.
Yep.
Because I don't like diet sodas at all. Every time I always get duped by the Diet Dr. Pepper commercial. Once a year, I'll see one of those commercials. I'm like, I love Dr. Pepper, and I don't drink soda anymore. So I get sucked into the commercial. I'm like, when I go somewhere, if they have Dr. Pepper, I'm gonna order a Diet Dr. Pepper, and I order one. I'm like, this is the worst shit ever.
Yeah, Diet Pop just in general.
Have you tried the 0 sugar Dr. Pepper?
Isn't that Diet Dr. Pepper?
No, there's a 0 sugar that they make.
Like Coke Zero?
Yes. Dude.
Okay. I like Coke. I liked Coke Zero when I was drinking soda a little bit better than any of those. But I'll give it a go.
It's definitely a different recipe because again, too, I hate Diet Pop myself. But the Dr. Pepper 0 sugar is, dude, it does it.
So
I'll give it a go because I love Dr. Pepper.
So that's the end of my Clint Eastwood story.
Oh, is that what brought it to the close?
Wow, we went far afield, didn't we?
Actually, I didn't finish it. So I went through the first 10. I got through the low-hanging fruit, the stuff I really wasn't super excited to watch. Your Invictus, your J. Edgar, your Firefox. But now I'm into what I've got left is the, Outlaw Josie Wales, Pale Rider, Unforgiven, Gran Torino. I got all the good stuff. So this is the stuff that I've been looking forward to. The only bad part was, I think when I got to Invictus, I pulled the disc out, and the disc was literally cracked in half. Which I didn't notice. I put it in the player, and I'm like, why won't this play? And I took it out. It was literally like cracked in half, so I had to throw it away. But I feel like Eastwood was Eastwood's not dead yet, so I shouldn't say Eastwood was looking down on me, but his fortune favored me because it was the only Eastwood movie that was available on a service that I subscribed to, and I subscribed to most of them. So I did actually watch that fucking movie. Wouldn't recommend it.
You didn't like it? I haven't seen it.
Matt Damon with a South African accent. I just couldn't. And God love Clint Eastwood. He just cannot. It's a sports movie. Like if you're going to put it up against, Miracle or Hoosiers or, fucking what? Slapshot. There's a way that you shoot a sports movie to give some credence to the sports part of the movie. And he just doesn't know how to do that.
Doesn't seem like a big sports guy to me.
He apparently, when they were down there, he fell in love with rugby in the same way that Nelson Mandela fell in love with rugby when he got out of prison. So I'm like, oh, okay. Then he obviously knows what he's doing. But having watched it, I'm like, yeah, not really.
They can't all be winners, Bob.
Right.
Even for Clint Eastwood.
And now I got through all the losers of that 20-disc box set, and I'm ready for the back half, all the winners. So I'm really excited. But anyway, so that's not
Bridges of Madison County.
No, that was not in there. Not in the set. And the funny part is there's like none of the Fistful of Dollars trilogies in there. There's Dirty Harry and The Gauntlet, but there's more Dirty Harry movies than just those two. But those are the only two in the set. So I don't know how they come up with these 20 and why they didn't do like a 20 part 2 that they easily could have done. But anyway, that's the end of my story. But you had a story for us about our adventure this week.
Oh yeah. So for those of you that do not know,
before you start,
well, thank you for teeing me up and then shutting me down.
Your voice always goes in my head like, we got shots sitting here, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Todd, you got a shot for yourself, buddy?
I do.
What do you got?
I'm drinking a little Cocoa Bomb chocolate whiskey, baby.
Yeah, was the Total Wine director kind enough to throw that in for free with your Featherweather?
Of course.
All right.
Well, cheers, boys.
Cheers, everybody.
Salute. Ooh, what a perfect accompaniment.
That was bigger than I expected.
Yeah.
That's what she said. Oh,
perfect accompaniment to that Featherweather, baby.
Ooh. Yeah, that hit me real good. Okay. Oh, let's start the show, boys.
Yeah, we should get the show started here any second now.
Ooh, oh. So, yes. For those of you out there that do not know, March 6th is the day that The Big Lebowski premiered. And every year, Bob and I have found two different places thus far that do a Day of the Dude celebration. Bolero in Royal Oak, a retro bowling alley, and last year we went. A friend of mine did a bar crawl out in Northville. Unfortunately, he wasn't doing that this year, so Bob and I returned to
back to Bolero. We went
back to Bolero, and of course, we got there about an hour later than what we did last year, and we were still the very first two people to show up for the entire event.
Yeah.
So we sat there for a little while and looked like two idiots sitting at the bar dressed as
we looked like
the dude and
Walter sitting at the bar having a drink.
And But it was a great time. Bolero always does a great event for Day of the Dude. They had some badass shirts that they got made up this year. As you can see, Bob's rocking his today. And they do a costume contest every year.
Yeah, and I should point out to folks that so this is the third year in a row that we've gone, and even before we went to the first one, Cory's a big Lebowski fan, like the biggest that you can imagine, and he, one of our good friends, Joe, had bought him the dude's sweater, the Pendleton sweater, the actual one, not a fake one, not like a cosplay one,
the real deal,
the real deal, and he had he had started to grow his hair out. He already had the beard. He found, one of the shirts that the dude wears during the movie. He had the shorts.
The jellies.
Did you have the jellies the first year?
Yeah. That was the first year I had them.
And
got the glass from the movie that he's holding at one point. Had a pager. Showed off my Big Lebowski tattoo.
There really wasn't.
I've got the sunglasses.
There wasn't any. So the first year that we went to Bolero, they had this contest, and Cory came in second place.
Yeah.
And it was at that point where, young Cory decided, he's like, I am going to win this fucking contest, and I'm going to go all out, and I'm going to shore up the weak parts of my game and try to make sure there's no way anybody's going to beat me, which included growing your hair out even longer.
That day after I came in second place, went and got it all shaved off and started growing it out.
Got a tattoo on the back of your leg of the dude's sunglasses from the poster, which you did not have that first year.
No, I did not.
And got the pager, which I don't know if you had that the first year.
No, that's something I'd completely thought about.
Yeah, little tiny things that, and then he shaved his beard down to, just highlight the goatee that the dude has. But other than that, like, we went into this year's, third time that we've went, this year's contest with me thinking, like, I don't know what else Cory could do to win this fucking contest.
I was feeling pretty confident.
Yeah.
Pretty confident.
Not only confident, but also if it doesn't go your way, like, what's the plan then? There isn't much else that you can do other than, get plastic surgery to look more like Jeff Bridges.
Yeah, well, that stupid bitch that won the contest, she, yes, I said she, was dressed as the handyman from the dream sequence, and people seem to eat that right up.
Well, they did it in a little bit of a different way this year, where they seemed to they had an MC who clearly was an employee of Bolero, who was basically calling everybody, all the people who were dressed as the dude up one by one to say, like, a line of dialogue, do a little twirl on the stage, showing off for your outfit, and he was kind of gauging the crowd's response. But that's not the way they did it the first year that we were there.
No.
And this guy was clearly, like, he was the sole arbiter of, like, who gets to proceed to the final round.
Yeah. I did not make it even in the top 3.
Top 4. Yeah.
What?
So, yeah. Todd, I was pretty disappointed. And I will say, though, there were several people that came up to me afterwards, and they're like, man, you got hosed.
Yeah. One of them was me.
They're like, of course.
Bullshit.
I expect that from my friend.
Yeah.
But there were people that I didn't even know that were like, yeah, man, you definitely got hosed on that. So, that being said, boys, guess what's happening Monday?
End of an
haircut?
Going to get a haircut.
Yep.
I'm not taking it down to, like, short like I used to have it, but thinking more of a hockey flow kind of look. Not insanely long like it is right now. But
I told you when we walked out of there, I'm like, I don't see you ever winning this contest. This is a hometown ref, kind of a already determined situation. You don't know anybody there.
Oh, we
only go to Bolero one time a year.
They definitely Kansas City to me, that's for sure.
Yeah. So I say, like, let's just, if you want to keep going, we'll keep going, we'll have fun. But I don't know that if I were you, I would put one more minute of effort into trying to win this contest.
I mean, there's really nothing. I don't know what else I could get or
like
purchase,
I said,
or
plastic surgery
put on my body.
That's the only thing you got that you're missing.
We got to grease some palms.
Now that's the Todd Dillon way. That's the come in a helicopter. Cue the sound.
We got to flex on this motherfucker. We got to flex, bro.
Right. Sir, I think you dropped this giant stack of bills. By the way, Cory Selesky, I'll be here for your contest tomorrow night. I trust that I'll gain some favor in your eyes.
Yeah, man. I bet, or
Mr. Bolero.
Mr. Bolero. Or I start
Italian place.
Start reaching out to Jeff Bridges right now and get him to show up with me.
I mean, sure.
What do you guys got to say now?
I can never remember. Is it Jeff Bridges or Jeff Daniels that lives in Chelsea?
Jeff Daniels.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, it was a little disappointing as far as the costume contest, but it was a good time. And being as big of a fan of the movie as I am, it's fun to go out and dress up like the dude and hang out for a while.
Yeah, I got to start convincing some of your other friends and family members to join us out there.
Kelly, my sister, was upset that I didn't say anything to her, which I didn't know.
Would she have dressed up though?
Oh, probably not. No,
that's the thing that's got to happen.
Yeah, we got a year to work on her.
Yeah, we'll make it happen.
So yeah, that was the day of the dude. And again, thank you for joining me. Thank you for being a sport and dressing up as Walter.
Listen, ever since the first year, like I've literally had to put zero effort into dressing up as Walter, other than finding like all the stuff that all the little things that I used are in exactly the same place they were 1 year ago, and I put them away in the drawer in my dresser. So yeah, I literally don't think I started looking for any of that stuff until like 4 p.m. Yesterday, and we were supposed to meet up there at 5. Like I knew where all of it was. I mean, once you get all the stuff, I mean, I can't grow a beard like John Goodman. I just can't. And there isn't anything else that I'm going to do and I'm not there to win a prize. Like I'm there to support my friend. But despite that, they still had a contest for the Walters. And I was literally standing I was standing right up there. Like there were like 20 Jeff Lebowski's all lined up behind the microphone. And there was the MC standing at the microphone. And there was one Walter that was standing back there with all of the Lebowski's all waiting to be called up there. And I wasn't going back there to stand. I was just kind of off to the side, but I was definitely like in the front. Like there was no one in between me and the MC. Like clearly I'm a Walter right here. And he starts going like, hey, before we call the dudes up, let's get the Walter here. So Walter, come on up. And he's like, I think we got our winner. And I'm like, what the fuck, man? Here, I'm like another Walter. He's like, oh, sorry. So he called me up. But this other guy,
dude, he was spot on.
He had a couple inches on me height wise, and definitely
was a fat dude too.
Many pounds.
He had a lot of pounds on.
He had the gut that I would have to cultivate
to
beat this guy. Right.
He had the crew cut.
I had no chance of winning against him. So so I took second place, and that's the shitty part is that I scored higher than Cory did, and Cory should have won the whole goddamn thing.
Wow.
I came in second out of 2.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what, Cory?
What's that?
I think next year, sign me up. I'm going to be Black Donnie.
I like it. I'll
be your Buscemi, buddy. I'll be your Buscemi.
Hey, if we got
now that you think about that, now that you mention it, I don't know that I've ever given this any thought. I don't know. Are there any black people in Big Lebowski? Is this a whites only movie that we've decided to accept as our sort of our Citizen Kane?
Todd, will you be my little urban achiever?
No, I'm gonna be Black Buscemi. I'm not gonna get on the stage.
Wow.
Black Buscemi.
Black Buscemi. Are you gonna get a wig?
I got to get my tooth busted again. I think I had the tooth for it a couple weeks ago.
You need a wig because Donnie's not bald.
I know.
You gotta put that. You gotta put that toque on. You gotta put that toque back on.
I got a toque.
The parted bowl cut.
Yes.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. He kind of like feathers it back on both sides.
Oh no, it's straight down the sides.
No, it's not. It's not like you're describing like Alfalfa's hairdo from the Little Rascals.
No, not like. I mean, it's flowy. It's not pasted to his head, but
As far as Buscemi goes, that's the best Steve Buscemi's hair has looked in any movie he's ever done. That is the, if he's putting a resume together and they're like, look, listen, we need someone who, I don't care about your teeth. We just need someone with good hair. He's putting Lebowski up in his resume, in his jacket, in his CV as the best hair he's ever had on screen.
Yeah, it doesn't look bad in the movie.
Yeah. So black
that
Donnie,
is that is a hairdo. I definitely need a tube for that.
Oh yes. Oh yes. I mean, unless you start. I mean, I don't know. Even if you start growing it out now, Todd, I don't know if you'd you get that length.
No, I'm gonna need a tube. I'm gonna need a tube for that. But I got to get that yellow shirt.
Can I take this in a different direction for you, Todd? Because based on what I saw this year, forget about the fact that Cory didn't make the top 4. The top 4 were 3 dudes dressed as the dude and 1 lady dressed as the workman dude from the dream sequence, and she won the whole thing.
Yeah.
She beat all of the men, which, you know, you can call it like, hey, it's International Women's Day next week.
I think I see where you're going.
Here's my logic. The secret to winning this contest is picking a minor character and just fucking owning it and coming in. So even if Todd were to come in dressed as like the guy from Log Jammin', wearing the workman's outfit,
yes,
who comes in to fix the cable.
I was thinking that, or one of the nihilists.
He's also one of the nihilists.
So I'm looking at the cast right now, gentlemen.
Yeah.
And I either need to be the cab driver.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, there is a black guy in the movie.
Or
thank God, this isn't a whites only film.
Or what was the other
older
one?
cop? The older cop, Richard Gant. He's actually, I've seen him in other stuff. The cab driver I've never seen or heard of before, but the guy who played older cop.
Older cop.
When he chucks the coffee mug at the dude's head.
He's a white guy though.
Yeah, but Todd can still play it.
No. There's a Richard Gant, the actor. You can Google him up now. Plays older cop.
Yeah, when they're in the office in Malibu, right?
No, who was he in the movie? God damn it. I'm looking at him right now like
older cop.
But he's not the sheriff of Malibu. He's not the sheriff who pitches a coffee cup and said, that's a white guy.
Yep.
This guy, I mean, Lebowski had so many run-ins with the cops, it's really difficult to remember which one it was. Was he one of the ones who came into his house to interview him?
Yes.
When he,
from LAPD.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And he's messing around with the weed tray and
yes.
Okay. Yep.
Are you going to answer that or?
What
was in your briefcase? Oh, papers.
Business
papers.
papers.
My papers.
Are you currently
See, you guys have seen this like 900 times.
No.
I'm in between jobs
So
right now.
let me ask you this, Todd. I'm not sure.
Yes, sir.
This might be a deeply personal question, and if so, I don't mean to get so personal, but I'm looking at pictures of Richard Gant here, and he is currently 80 years old, and he's 6'3". Forgetting about the height for just a second, if you grew a beard right now, would your beard be Richard Gant gray, or is it like salt?
No,
and
it looks
pepper?
it's well, actually. So my facial hair is coming in partly gray. It's more salt and pepper. So I'd have to do some work to come in. Maybe I just need to be the cab driver.
So when was the last time you let your beard grow? Can you grow a full beard?
No. I grow more hair on my cheeks than anywhere.
On your cheeks?
I
What do you
mean,
mean?
I can grow a
mutton
beard.
chops?
I can grow. Yeah. Well, they get stranded, right? I grow a big puff on each one of my cheeks and then a puff on my chin.
All right. I didn't know about it. This is why I'm like, this is maybe it's kind of a personal question. I don't know if I've ever asked him this question before.
No, I'm just not I'm not a super hairy guy, and so I can grow. I used to annoy Mary. I would do like the hunter's beard, and grow a beard and have a little patch of hair on my chin, and I'd let my cheek hair grow and just to annoy her. And then finally she's like, oh, I know the better way to get even with you. I'll just let you look like an idiot.
Well done, Mary.
Yeah.
Well done.
Yep. Well played.
Keep on growing out that patchy ass beard.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Todd, do you want to talk a little bit about sports for a bit? Because there's always sports to talk about. So let's try to get this.
90-second sports. Second sports.
There's the drums. There's the drums. That's the cue. That's how I know.
Yeah, boy. Yeah, boy. Hey, and this is a group conversation, guys, because
yes, sir.
You know what month it is, right?
March, baby.
Yeah. You know what that means?
It means next month is April. It means February's behind us, bitch.
Come on.
It's March Madness.
But yes, baby.
March Madness, dude.
March Madness is just a week or so away, man. I cannot, dude. I love it. And dude, I think here's what we need to do. We should do a 3-man bracket. I never ever win when I pay for brackets with the great continuum of 20 or 30 or hundreds of people. But I think we for the Schnozzcast should do a 3-man bracket. Winner take all bragging rights. We should get our own little trophy. That way, it'll probably be the best chance that any of us have to ever win a March Madness tournament because there's only 3 of us.
Well,
and I'm glad that Nick's no longer here because we'd probably still lose if Nick was in it.
Oh, you're saying Nick would just like throw a dart and end up beating all of us?
Exactly. Just picking the team uniforms they like the best.
I mean, you may be onto something there. I feel like Cory might agree with me on this in that whether it's the 3 of us or whether there's like 10 other strangers in this, like we're all losing to you. I legitimately do not follow college basketball until we get to March. So if you ask me right now, like who's favored to win this whole bracket, who are the number 1 seeds going to be from the north, south, east, west, doesn't matter. I couldn't tell you.
I'm the same way. Here's how I watch college basketball. I turn on the TV on Saturdays during college basketball season, and if I see Michigan playing, or if I see Duke playing, or I see North Carolina is going to play someone, or any UCLA, I will turn on the television and I'll watch that. That's the extent of my curiosity. I don't follow the season throughout. I don't follow any of that stuff. Literally, I'm just like everybody else. And I think that's the beauty of March Madness. I think how many times does the team that's supposed to win actually win? It's very, very rare. In fact, I still think one of the greatest conspiracies of all time is the fact that the UNLV Running Rebels lost to Duke back in the day, and dudes jumped out of windows. The greatest lock in the history of sports gambling was when UNLV lost. So that March Madness, I think that it doesn't matter how much you follow it, you aren't gonna win that. And there are always upsets. I mean, ultimately, like most people, not to pick a 16 versus a 1, right? They traditionally have. I think there's but last year or the year before, I think one time in the history of the tournament has a 16 seed upset or even come close to upsetting the number 1 seed. So so I have just the same chance. But after that, it's anyone's guess. And so I think the fact that I love basketball doesn't have any relevance, right? So
right.
I think we're all pitted the same, which is why I said if Nick was here, he'd probably win just because using no logic probably is the best way to win it.
I mean, Cory, what do you think? If you're up for it, I'll do it.
I mean, yeah.
It's just bragging rights. I'm not going to tag you guys.
We don't have to put any money on it.
I'm going to have to do some research myself.
All right, well, that's fair.
I mean,
Yeah, we are dudes. Dudes don't do $0 bets. I think this is a general rule.
Yeah, I'd be up for giving it a shot. Hey, why not?
Okay.
I think it'll be fun.
Like Todd said, there's absolutely no other way that I'm ever going to win any other bracket. So,
Todd, do you
one of us is going to win? This exactly.
Todd, do you are you in the habit of doing a bracket with anybody?
No, I don't have a regular. Unlike fantasy football, I don't have a regular bracket game that I'm in. I think.
All right.
I usually try and wait and see who's lining it up, and if they put the $20 thing out there, and I'm like, sign me up. So yeah, I'm looking for some
action. All right. So
time for some action.
Can I, since this is your idea, can I ask you to take the lead on this and go out to CBS Sports or what?
I'll go out to Espen and get the brackets once they announce them. Yeah,
you want to do that and just, you got our email addresses, just add us to that, and the three of us will do.
Do I have your email address? I'll have Jerome. Jerome, do you have their? Okay, Jerome says we do.
Your personal assistant.
AJ, no, Jerome.
He's a friend. He's a friend.
So you say.
So you say. So yeah,
so it's March Madness, baby.
Yes. Schedule wise, we're gonna be taking so I think next week on the 15th we're gonna be taking the week off. We'll do a banked episode from days an unreleased from the vault episode of the Schnozzcast for next week, but then Todd and Cory will do a 2-man episode.
Is it the episode where Cory was naked the whole time?
I cannot confirm or deny that. I'll have to verify. And then on the 22nd, Todd and Cory will do a 2-man episode, and then we'll be back, the Three Horsemen, on the 29th of March.
The two-man.
Yeah, and so we should be deep into March Madness by then, right? Because I think it starts on the 20th? 19th, 20th?
Yeah.
Okay.
And so March Madness, I'm excited to do that. I'm glad that you guys are game. I think this will be fun because, like I said, I think for the three of us, it'll be the one time we ever have an actual legit shot of winning because it's just a little bit worse than a coin flip. Right. And then, again, I don't want to do a booze news thing, but I did want to comment, Bob. I sent you guys an article because it just made me laugh. The German soccer match that had to be canceled. Because one of the soccer players' kids bit the testicle of a ref before the game, and the ref couldn't continue, so they had to cancel the match. Whose kids running around biting people in the nuts?
I'll be honest with you. When I replied back to you and said nothing about that story shocked me. I didn't. If there was an article to read, I didn't read it. If there was a video to watch, I didn't watch it. I just went by the headline.
There was an article to read.
I just went by the headline. I'm like, yeah, that's how the Germans operate. I get it. Not surprised.
What I
testicle biters.
Article, dude. There was a legit soccer match that had to be canceled because one of the players' kids bit the testicle of the ref pregame.
Well, now when you say the testicle, do you mean that
a testicle,
a one testicled ref, or that
no,
bit the lowest hanging
the child's
testicle?
mouth was clearly small enough. The child's mouth was clearly small enough. He was only able to get one ball in his mouth.
I want to know what that ref was doing with his balls so close to that kid's face.
If you ever watch a soccer match, there's balls like popping out of shorts left and right at a soccer match.
Yeah, don't think I've ever seen that.
Yeah,
don't think I've seen it once.
Nick will tell you.
Nick's a weird soccer player if he's running around with his balls hanging out.
I didn't say him. I'm saying just in general in the soccer world.
No, I feel like you're saying it was Nick at some point. Not Bader, by the way. Nick Zaleski.
He's a huge soccer fan. He would know better than anybody.
That you run around with your balls hanging out?
Everybody's wearing a jock strap on the pitch, if you will.
Dude, no, that is absolutely not true. There have been stories and videos about dudes with their fucking nuts popping out.
Yeah, because they fell out of the jock strap.
Plus, you get
no.
I know
not
for a
in
fact.
Any competitive league. No, hit the button. Even their wieners. in a competitive, yeah, I think balls popping out if you're playing a sidewalk soccer game, maybe. In a competitive, like anything higher than freaking grade school tier, everybody's got a freaking jockstrap on. There's not balls just dangling because grown men can't run around with their nuts just. No, grown men cannot run around with their.
I think there's a lot of
their
grown,
jangling.
like adult, professional soccer players who are who think they're above
Free balling.
all that shit. Yeah, yep,
No,
100%.
no. Either then the steroids have shrunken their testes.
My name is
so
Messi,
freaking close
or
to
whatever fucking name they have, like Cher or Bono or Sting, like the one name soccer player where he's like, I'm going to do what I like. I like the feel of
Messi
I'm not
and
wearing
Beckham
that.
wear a jockstrap, bro. No, they wear a jockstrap.
I can't wait
Those
to
dudes
talk
are
about
athletes.
this. We need to bring this up again at the end of March when Krabby comes on. I feel like he's going to have
Those dudes are athletes. They wear a jockstrap. Can you have dude? I mean,
Of course, they should wear a jockstrap. That doesn't mean that they are going
have
to.
Dude, Bob,
Yeah.
Bob. We're old men now.
We are.
Can you imagine actually running full speed though without a jock on?
No.
Come on, man.
No.
Yeah, exactly. Because your jumblies would be freaking jostling. I have a stomach ache just thinking about it. Oh my goodness.
Did you put what up dough in the chat just to get shit started? But okay.
I did. Right. And it got started, as you can see.
Yeah, I can see that.
No, but I'm just saying. And so, and who raises children to put their mouths on other men's junk? I mean,
well, that's the part that didn't shock me. I'm like the Germans. That's who. Those crop kids love biting nuts.
No,
I feel like this is well known.
Nah, that shit would have taken down Hitler.
So in a typical soccer match, a player's testicles coming out is extremely rare.
Exactly. Because they're wearing a jock.
What sort of special testicle-related Google search did you run to come up with this information?
How often do testicles come out during a soccer match?
I love that Google is always just going to assume that you want to hear about soccer matches and testicles from now on.
I can't wait to see the emails he gets now for new
right. Yep. Alexa's just going to be suggesting all sorts of testicle-related shit.
Yeah, so apparently they don't wear, again, yeah, it's more of like a supporter. It's not a full-on cup.
Right.
But yeah, they wear a jockstrap.
Yeah, an athletic supporter.
Fair enough.
Ball holder.
The ball cupper.
Yeah. There you go.
Apart from March Madness, I don't think there's much else to say about sports because the Wings are just shitting the bed left and right now and screwing themselves out of good draft picks.
Ate major shit last night.
Yeah, so I don't even want to talk about them. So,
and baseball season's almost upon us.
Yes, I'm starting to see Tigers games coming up.
The Tigers have been killing it in spring training, but I feel like the Tigers always kill it in spring training.
Yeah,
and then the actual season
like
comes
the Mariners.
They'll shit the bed for the first 80 games, and then they'll come in and start lighting the house on fire in the end of the season. All right, so with that said, let's end the episode with an existential question.
Existential question of the week.
Dig that echo. Hey. Yeah, that's what you could expect with the Schnozzcast. Okay, so I don't think that we've done this question before. Please correct me if I'm wrong, but here's the stab at the question for this week. What about you makes the least sense? What about you makes the least sense? Oh, did my dog just
I think
shit
Indy,
himself?
I think Indy might have farted a little bit.
Yeah, it's about that time. It's about that time.
Yeah, just a little bit.
Little bit. I can go first if you guys want me to.
You can go first, but I have mine. I'm ready. So I love it.
This is what I've been told. So I'm double nickels, obviously. You could see it right here. Obviously. But I have been told that despite doing absolutely nothing for skincare or a skincare regimen, that I have youthful looking skin.
Oh, boy. Okay, let's just end the episode now.
Which makes no sense. It makes the least amount of sense.
Todd, did anyone say we had to turn this into a brag of a question? I don't believe so.
Listen, I'm saying it makes the least sense.
I don't even think his skin looks that youthful.
Doesn't make any.
To me, it looks pretty much
Maybe
like dog
55,
shit.
but
looks
you've
like
got the skin of a 70-year-old.
Exactly. It looks like a wallet I used to own.
I'm saying for a 55, I have the skin of a 54-year-old.
You old leathery bag of bones, you.
Yeah, 100%. But I've been told in that tone of voice, that annoyed tone of voice, like, Jesus Christ, you don't do anything. Here I am doing all this shit, and I'm not going to say who said this.
It wasn't Lori.
A woman,
of course not.
Clearly. It was a woman, clearly.
Yeah, it's unfair that you have decent skin and you don't do fuck all to protect it.
Well, I shower.
I'd like to say that was my
Do you
response,
exfoliate, Bob?
it
Do you exfoliate?
No.
Do you use a loofah?
No.
Are you exfoliating at all?
No.
None of that cocoa butter.
What?
No.
What's your skincare routine, Bob? Are you just washing your face with soap?
Washcloth, soap, and water. Yeah.
It's the same washcloth that you wash your ass with. You're just wiping your face.
No. Hold on. No, of course not. Let's not get crazy.
Maybe that's the
so you
secret,
do have a
Todd.
special.
This cloth touches the face only.
Okay, and what are you putting on it? What kind of soap? Gina.
It's got tea tree oil in it, and that is a change that I've made in the last, I think, 5 years, based on somebody saying you should probably do that, and I'm like, okay.
Oh, so you are doing something with your.
That's the only thing, and
Dude, tea tree oil.
I went from 0 to 50
house.
doing nothing. So, yeah.
So from 0 to 50.
Yeah.
You were using your same ass cloth to wash your face?
No. I'm saying.
So what were you putting on? So from 0 to 50, what were you putting on, on your
just
face?
regular body wash?
What kind?
Dove.
Old Spice?
Dove. No.
Dove's got all manner of emollients and skin
but
soothers. You've been taking care. You've been freaking working.
You can buy that
game,
shit
Bob.
on the shelf at your local Kroger. I don't consider that to be anything special. Now, the stuff I'm using now is something that I had to buy online. That's special. That to me is
use your ass cloth for a little bit and then see what happens.
Bob's had pink eye for the last 3 weeks. It just won't seem to go away.
I thought it was cable I was looking at. Nope. That's not a robot eye. That's pink eye, buddy. All right, we got a shot in here, Todd, to close out the episode.
Ooh, it's really oozing this week.
Pour yourself a shot, and then I thought I heard you say that you had your answer.
I do.
Oh, hey, Gina.
And by the way, I forgot to show it the last time. I'm drinking that Cocoa Bomb chocolate whiskey again, and it is fan-freaking-tastic. And you can get it at Total Wine & More for free.
No, you can't. Todd can, but normal people generally have to pay for that shit. So, cheers.
Salute.
Salute, Gina.
That's
for everyone.
the good stuff. Hey, Gina, you missed it. That chocolate whiskey shot went along with my Black Raven Feather Weather Mexican hot chocolate stout.
It's one thing to do a callback from another episode into something funny you said like 2 weeks ago. It's a totally different thing to call back to the same here's what I'm drinking from like 30 minutes ago.
It's my black ravensmanship.
Oh, I love how she said, hi, Bob and Cory. Nothing for Todd. Anyway, Todd, you said you had your answer to the existential question, which is, let me repeat, what about you makes the least sense?
Yes, and so I think you know that I'm a rap aficionado. Love my rap music across all the ages, but I think the thing that makes the least sense, I am also a hardcore, hard rock and heavy metal, just kind of the gambit of rock and roll music. And so I share, and I don't know if I shared it before, but when I was in high school, someone as a prank sent me the Columbia House 12 cassettes for a penny.
Yeah.
and that hooked me. I had I got Dokken, Iron Maiden, Ozzy Osbourne, Metallica, Jethro Tull, you name it. It was a who's who of Rat, and I didn't come from means, and so I listened to every one of those cassette tapes. And you younger folks, you'll have to Google that to see what a cassette tape is or was. But I love my rock and roll music. So I think that's what that's the answer to the existential question for me.
I will allow it. I'll allow it, but I don't know that I would say it makes the least sense about you. I think it's one of the things I like about you, always have. And while we're on the topic, can I also just say, did you ever have as good of a feeling as the feeling you got when you got that mailer with your Columbia House CDs sitting in your mailbox, or cassettes? I mean, you're an old man, so maybe you got vinyl or reel-to-reel tape,
the 8 tracks.
If only.
The feeling you got when your Columbia House package arrived is really, I'm not sure I've beaten that.
Oh yeah, I had little kid would.
I would say probably the first time you touched yourself, I probably beat that feeling.
I think I mentioned this in the show
about the first time you touched yourself
in the past, but let
me hear about this, Bob.
I was part of a group of guys. I feel like Todd was part of that as well.
That you guys all touched yourselves at the same time? This is getting odd.
That ran a Columbia House scam in which I had memberships in multiple empty rooms in my dorm, and they would send them, and I knew the person that was sitting behind the desk, at the front desk of the dorm, who would just route me the packages that would come in there, and I just cleaned up and utterly screwed Columbia House.
It's usually a good thing to do after you're done touching yourself is clean up.
Yeah. So Todd, I'm not sure if that applies.
Or use a sock.
Well,
That too.
No.
I never understood the sock. Like why? What are you doing to your own socks?
You're containing the
ism.
aftermath.
Yeah. So you're jerking off with a sock on your dick.
Well,
or you're just using the sock to clean up afterwards. Because if you're just using this,
no, hang on, time out. You were about to say, Todd, when I did it, and you definitely caught yourself. I'll give you that. Yes, you were totally about to give it up. When I used to use a sock.
I used to use those little kid socks from when I was 5.
But it seems like it would make sense for containment.
It would make sense. All the crusty socks Todd had under his dorm bed.
No,
because otherwise,
which was weird too, because he was on the top bunk.
Otherwise, if you're only using the sock to clean it up, you could use anything to clean it up. It doesn't have to be a sock.
Not a spank.
Have I stumped my co-host?
No, it's usually the one thing you have sitting around that's already dirty. You're gonna have to wash it anyways.
It's already dirty.
Here you go, Mom. Toss that in the wash for me.
Wow. Oh, then you had your mom do your laundry for you?
Exactly.
And she's literally picking up these socks that are like just completely hardened into Like a cast of your foot.
Can I say, Mom, I sweat a lot.
Oh. So Cory, what's you got to answer to the question? What about you makes the least sense, Cory?
I guess after all this, probably my sense of humor.
That's fair.
Yeah, Gina's been yelling now. Sorry, Gina. Sorry. Athlete's foot on the wiener. Yeah, I've been there once or twice.
That would be. Which button is this? Nope.
No,
that's not it. Let's go back to when Cory got athlete's foot in his wiener.
You know how hard it is to piss on your own wiener? Oh boy, let me tell you.
Wow.
I'm just saying.
I feel like you got away with an easy answer for this question.
It feels that way
because we're
with no explanation.
That's how I do it, Todd. No, if you,
I don't think that. I think you got a good sense of humor.
No, just how weird and odd and off the wall it can be sometimes. But
I don't know if that's the thing that makes the least sense about you, though.
I don't know. I just threw that out there. I know. So, honest answer. As you know,
yeah.
Todd, I don't know if you're aware, but I have not worn a cotton T-shirt.
That's what I was just thinking. I'm looking at your shirt. I'm going, that's the thing that makes the least sense about you.
I have not worn a cotton T-shirt since sophomore year of high school. It's only Under Armour material. I prefer the actual Under Armour brand, but if it's going to be off-brand,
polyester brand.
It's like what is it, like polyester and spandex mix?
Blend, yeah.
Yeah, blend.
Yeah, I have not worn an actual cotton T-shirt since that long ago.
You like your shirts
Cory,
to breathe.
Realize that the slaves are no longer picking said cotton.
Oh, okay, now I can go back to wearing cotton T-shirts. Jesus.
Wow.
I was holding out in solidarity, Todd, but
so just that
you mentioned that.
I appreciated that.
Just to recap, in this episode, we've talked about loving Big Lebowski and then discovering, sadly, that it was almost a whites-only film to now Todd pointing out to Cory that it's okay to wear cotton.
To wear cotton.
I can't tell if this is the thing that's keeping us from getting to the tippity top or the thing that's going to help us get there. I don't know. I really don't. All right. So, all right.
Sorry, I was having some
that's okay.
headphone problems there.
You wanted to fix it, but unfortunately, I'm going to make it be worth absolutely zero of your effort to do that because we're going to end the episode right here.
Sons of bitches. All that work for nothing.
All right. Thank you so much for joining us. Gina, thank you for jumping in. We appreciate you. We love you. We'll see you guys next time. On behalf of Cory and Todd, this is Bob saying peace out.